All right. Hopefully you've all. I saw a lot more bids flying in. Hopefully you've all managed to get the silent auction open. Feel free to keep that open. Keep perusing. Keep putting bids in. But we do have a little bit more content just to tell you about what's been going on with Project Feast, some of the impact that we've had this year, and so it is. My pleasure to introduce to you to lead us into the next session Wesley Nguyen. He is the City of Lacey's Economic Development Coordinator, and more importantly, he is an amazing leader here at Project Feast. And for the last 3 years has been the president of our board, helping lead us through all these chaotic pandemic times. And so, Wes, just so I can make sure that we're not having any technical difficulties, you should be able to come back on screen if you turn your camera on, turn your mic on. There you are, and I will turn things over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Justin. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen and kids. Welcome to the third annual Project Feast of Change. First of all, my name is Wesley, and yes, I've been president of the board for about 3 years and really enjoyed it. Project Feast make great impact in the community, so I couldn't be happier to be associated with this organization. But for this evening, I just want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. I know Pian already mentioned it, but I just want to reiterate how important they are to this evening and to the work that we do here at Project Feast. So Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Group Health, Kaiser Permanente, Chin Yan Foundation, Innovation, as well as our in-kind sponsor, Gobi, Grand Central Baking Company, and Phoenicia Restaurant. So thank you guys for your contribution and your sponsorship. The next part is I'd like to thank the event committee. You know, they organized this event, and it's not easy doing this type of virtual event. So really would like to appreciate them for the work that they put in. A lot of them, this is their volunteer hours. They have their regular 8 to 5 job, and then they volunteer and been doing this. And so really appreciate them for putting their extra time in this effort. The person who's been organizing and spearheading this effort is Pinyan. Pinyan, thank you very much. Rahika is also on our board and also part of the team. Justin, thank you very much. Our volunteer, Sarah Rothman, want to thank her for supporting us. And then also our executive director, Van Nguyen, for her support. So if you can do me a favor, if you can smash that clap button down there, the clap emoji, with me, and appreciate them for their for this evening. Really appreciate that. So yeah, for this evening, we got 3 different types of meal, and I don't know which one you guys are eating, but I selected the Korean lettuce wrap meatball, and it looks good. There's so many different side dish, and so I'm looking forward to dig into it after this presentation. So there's also the Burmese curry fish, and then the other one is the Ethiopian chicken or chickpea vegetarian flavor. So all 3 meal looks great, and I hope you enjoy them. It's while you are enjoying the food, please take the opportunity to look at the silent auction that Justin have been talking about. Again, I think he said that there are over 30 different items. So if you want to do early Christmas shopping, please go there and check it out. Lastly, please say hello to your neighbors that are sitting in your table. You might not know them, but it'd be cool to say hello and to connect. And if you'd like to know more about Project Feast, there's a link on our website to our website. But also, if you want to know more about the programs, and I think Van Nguyen will be available to give you some orientations and program sharing with you about what we do. And then speaking of Vang, I would like to introduce her. She's the executive director for Project Feast for the last 2 years, and she's been a wonderful addition to our team. And with the pandemic and everything that's happening in the last 2 years, we are so happy that she's leading this organization. So I believe I'm handing this over to Vang, and so hopefully the technology works. And you guys, thank you again for this evening. All the best.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the Project Feast Kitchen. I am Vân Nguyen, the executive Feast, and we are here with a full house of staff, alumni, and soon-to-be graduate. Tonight, we will celebrate their accomplishments as well as talk about the work Project Feast has been doing this past year. It's been 18 months, and there doesn't seem to be an end to this pandemic. I think we were all hopeful that things will be back to normal by now, but it looks like we are adjusting to a new normal. Project Feast has been fortunate to survive this past year, but more than that, I think we've been able to thrive. Since the last Feast for Change, we've had 10 immigrants participate in our culinary skills apprenticeship. Some of them are here tonight, and we'll talk to them in a bit to see what they've been up to. We were also able to offer a permanent staff position to one of our alum, Yusun Ha, who will lead our community meals program. Speaking of community meals, we continue creating these ethnic meals for food insecure families in the Kent area. We recently partnered with the Iraqi Community Center of Washington to provide weekly meals for their seniors. We continue to partner with Community in Schools Kent to provide meals to the families of their students, and with Kent Hope, a day shelter for homeless women and children. We will also be partnering with the International Rescue Committee to provide meals to new refugees arriving from Afghanistan. The Community Meals Program has really allowed us to get to know our neighbors here in Kent, and it's been rewarding for us to be able to provide this support. We could not do any of this work without your support. Your enthusiasm for our family meals, sometimes resulting in sold-out meals in just one day, has provided us with continuous work. But more than that, your appreciation of the different cuisines we cook keeps us on our toes thinking of different dishes we can share. It's wonderful to know that the comfort foods of our childhoods are being enjoyed by you today. Your financial support keeps us going. If you are able to give, please donate and help us continue our work with immigrants and refugees pursuing a livelihood in the food industry. And I'm excited to share that one of our donors has committed to matching up to $5,000 in donations tonight. So click on that little button right in the top corner and help us meet this match. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts of this job, eating. For tonight's event, we wanted to share with you some of our favorite meals from the past year. We also wanted to select dishes that were engaging. Feedback from our family meals customers was that they loved putting dishes together. So for our demo tonight, we thought we could put together a couple of dishes from the meals you're enjoying at home. We'll start with Golgappa, probably one of my favorite dishes from this past year. For this part, I want to introduce our chef instructor, Kausar Ahmed. Kausar.
Hey, thank you, Juan. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure everyone already has their meals and you're starting to eat, or you're already done. But I wanted to share how to assemble a Golgappa, which is, like one said, one of her favorites and mine too. Golgappa, Pani Puri, it's got many, many names. But eating it is just one way of eating it. So I'm going to demonstrate. So you have these little puffed up puris, which are crispy and hollow. I'm going to put these on the plate. There are many ways of eating it. You can just keep filling it up and just popping it in your mouth, or just making a plate. So when you pick this up, just push it in. Don't be afraid. It won't break apart. And if it does, you can just crumble it up. So some of them, oh, it did not crumble up. So I'm just making these little holes over here, right on top, just on one side, and I'm going to fill these up. So you have all the condiments with you. Sometimes they are tough. Don't be afraid again, just push it in, and you have this little hole over here, a little pocket. So you have your chickpea and potato mix. Fill it up with that, just a little, about a quarter teaspoon of that. I'm going to just pick it up, and it doesn't matter if it falls in the plate, you'll be wiping it off by the end. All right, so that is done. And then you have your ginger and mint water, just a little of that in each one of them. I like to just make a couple of them and keep popping them in my mouth because I get impatient. I just love these. And then you have the tamarind chutney that goes in. And then the yogurt sauce, just a little of that. And I have these delicious filled puris here. And then these crunchy save. Although the Golgappa itself is very crunchy, but just to add more crunch. So now the trick is that you eat this in one bite. So this is the tiniest one. Even if you have a bigger one, you have to just pop it in. So should I take the small one or the bigger one? What do you say?
Well, I want that one.
You want that? I'll take the big one. You take the big one. All right. So
Cheers. Sorry, I know you can hear me crunchy. That's so delicious. I haven't had one tonight yet. Next, we have Yusun Ha. This is our new permanent staff member. She will demonstrate how to put together a sambap roll. Good. So you take a piece of lettuce. We use bib lettuce tonight. Put some rice and a meatball. Samjang sauce. We love the sauce. That's so little. A little more, please. We like it spicy. And then she was telling me earlier, these are banchan. So these are really side dishes. She doesn't put it in her sambap roll. I do, but this keeps it a little petite, and then you just pop it in your mouth. But you can add these, like I do, to my roll and just make a bigger bite. So that's our sambap roll. And last but not least, we have our Ethiopian dish, one of my favorite meals. So whoever got this, you have the injera. So this is a Ethiopian fermented flatbread made of teff. So it's gluten-free. And so when you go to an Ethiopian restaurant, they put all your different meats on top of it, and you eat with your hands. I am not very elegant at this. I will try. I'll eat my favorite, which is these red lentils. They're my favorite thing in the world to eat. So delicious. And we actually do injera rolls. So you just spread this lentil on your injera. You can do this. You can put a little bit more on it. Someone here earlier was just wrapping everything up into a nice injera wrap, and you just take a big bite. So good. So good. Okay. So that's it for our demo. Now we're going to take you back to conversation mode. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Koser. That everything looks so delicious. I'm sure everyone is enjoying their meals too. And so we're going to go back to the dining room for about 10 minutes. And this will be your last chance to bid. Auction ends at 7.
Yeah.
Keep that bidding war up. Justin?
Yeah. I was gonna say thanks for stepping in for my part in the script, Pingwan. I was busy fighting with someone else for some bids on some items. So hopefully the bidding wars continue and we all go home with something awesome at the end of this. But yeah, another 10 minutes in conversation mode. Find your tables and then keep chatting, keep eating, and keep bidding.
All right, we'll be right back.